Hey everyone, so at this point I like to think that we have done enough sentences that this should be pretty self-explanatory, but you have two sentences, A and B. Theseus faced a physical threat inside a dark and confusing labyrinth, and Princess Eurydice provided a technical solution by giving him a ball of silken thread. Now when you copy and paste these sentences, you want to get rid of these things in the boxes that show that you're using the root, and then you want to combine them. Okay, and so this time it doesn't give you the conjunctions that you need to use. So how would you do this? Would you make it a compound or a complex sentence? Me personally, I would look here at this thing here. Princess Annie provided a technical solution by giving him. So we have kind of a problem solution or cause and effect in a way. So to me, I would use the cause and effect complex sentence, and I would start with that subordinating conjunction. If you're confused on what that subordinating conjunction is, please come see me and I'll tell you what it is, because it shows that you're watching the video and you just need help. But I think you should know there's one in particular. And then here's the effect. How does your combined sentence show that used her own autonomy to change the outcome of the myth? Now, if you don't, auto is self. What does autonomy mean? Like, think about it. Like, self. Was she told to do this? Was she asked to do this? Or did she just do this of her own free will? And so because of her ability to do this, why did she change the outcome of the myth? How would the myth have been different without her? Just be thinking about the effect here. And then secondly, we want to look at Golemito. And so with Golemito, again, combining these two sentences, Sammy was just a young boy who faced physical intimidation from neighborhood bullies. He used his technical imagination and his grandfather's stories to create a protective clay giant. So here I would think more compound sentence. And here is I would use a compound sentence and make it like an opposite connection here, because I think these two things are opposite. Like, almost despite being bullied, he did this. All right. And then how does this combination prove that Sammy's creation was a mechanical success that changed his reality? Now, moving on to the second part of this, where you're going to write a full paragraph. Now, here's the question. How do both the silken thread in Theseus and the clay giant in Golemito act as a shield for the protagonist? That is your question. So they are both shields, and you need to talk about both of them in your response, right? Use specific evidence from the text to show how these tools provide safety and a way to overcome a monster. All right. Now, here is ways to help you do it. She provides these, not me. What I'm going to say here is we have written RTQTs all year. You are experts in RTQTs. But what I also need you to understand is an RTQT is just a formula, a format to get you started in actually thinking about what you are writing. At this point right now, I'm hoping that you are thinking about what you are writing, that you know that in some part of this you have to talk about, right? In both the story Theseus and Golemito, the protagonist used shields, right? Theseus used a shield, the silken thread as a shield, whereas Golemito was the shield for the boy. And then go into those details. But I'm going to try to give some free reign here to write it however you want to write it. Just remember that you have to in some way restate the question and in some way provide quotes from the text to support your response. And please, please, please remember that you are writing about both stories. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, I do not need it to be an RTQT unless you absolutely, if that formula is working for you and you want to keep rolling with it, it will continue to work here. But if you want to work with something else, you guys have become good writers throughout this year. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I have noticed it. You have become much, much stronger writers than when you started this year. And I hope that you take that with you into 8th grade, where you're doing a lot more writing. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please come up and see me. All right. Bye, everybody.